Mama was sacrificed.
Nature.
You understand?
Yeah. And creation.
Michael Jordan, what about him? His daddy, right? Bill Cosby, his son, right? Dr. Dre, his son. You know, out in Hollywood, a lot of people come up missing. Feels like it might be a lot of that in order to control, traumatize. They want to, you know what I'm saying? And this truth is going to be heard. Y'all can't send none of y'all Meek Mills, y'all Puffies, y'all Lil Boozy, none of these names, none of these people that have to listen to y'all because they're dealing with, they have legal, I never killed nobody, right? I'm the pussy that never killed nobody, right? But that means I can say whatever I want and not go to jail.
Barely a few hours after Diddy was hit with an SA lawsuit from music producer Rodney Lil Rod Jones Jr., Kanye West has inserted himself in this drama, and he is not holding back because he is spilling the tea on how Diddy abuses young black artists in the music industry, from promising them a great career, going DL with them, and leaving them in the shadow. So the past few months have been quite the roller coaster ride, and just when we thought surviving Diddy might be over and his name might finally be leaving the headlines, producer Rodney Lil Rod Jones Jr. has slammed Diddy with another SA lawsuit, and this time Kanye West has inserted himself in the whole drama, and he is spilling the tea on how Diddy assaulted young black artists in the music industry after promising them a great future. Inside sources claim Kanye is exposing Diddy because he doesn't want anyone to fall victim again. Over the years, Diddy has tried to keep quite a good reputation, but things changed a few months ago after Cassie filed her lawsuit against him. It opened can worms of revelations about Diddy, and it also kind of confirmed the decade-old rumors of Diddy being DL. Apart from Diddy being a serial abuser, he was dangerous and also has a history of abusing young black artists, which have been in our faces a long time, but people chose not to pay attention to it. News of Diddy using his role as a music executive to SA young artists has been going around in the music industry, and it was reported Usher was also his victim. Okay, for those who might not know, Usher used to be a child prodigy, and he was signed by L.A. Reid. But when Usher started hitting puberty, his voice started cracking. Reid was considering dropping Usher, but decided not to. Instead, he sent him to live with Diddy, who had something like a mentoring academy he called Puffy Flavor's Camp. Usher was just 13 when he started living with Diddy, and from the very start, it was obvious that his house was no place for a child to be. He was a heavy partier, and he often exposed the young Usher to a lot of things that he shouldn't have been exposed to. The interesting thing about this is that Usher rarely talks about his experience living with Diddy and what it was like for him. Howard Stern got him to open up once, and the things that Usher said were enough to send alarm bells going off in our heads.
Place was like just filled with chicks and orgying like nonstop, right?
No, not really.
Come on.
But hey, it was curious. I got a chance to see some things.
Yeah, but you were 13. What were you
I
seeing?
went there to see the lifestyle,
right?
And I saw it, and it was, but I don't know if I could indulge and understand what I was even looking at. It was pretty wild.
So nobody tried. Before you wonder why his parents didn't intervene, it turns out they were unaware of the situation. Usher explained that Diddy made him keep everything secret from his parents.
And your parents were Mary J. Blige, they didn't know nothing about this shit. Oh, I was having a good time. You know what I mean?
At the time, Usher didn't provide much information about his experiences with Diddy. However, he did mention that he would never allow his children to endure the same situation. And when people talk about never wanting their kids to go through the same, we all know it's some pretty bad shit.
To Puffy Camp?
Hell no.
The first time he gave us a hint about his experience with Diddy was the time he had an interview. He was reluctant to open up about it, and the interviewer noted that Usher became surprisingly restrained. "I want to save some stuff for my book one day," he said. "I'll put it this way, there was a lot of sex, and we all saw when Diddy revealed he used to sleep on the same bed with Usher.
That's my brother right here from day one. We used to wake up and...
Or when Diddy went overboard and said this,
This ain't for nobody else but you. You take that time, boy. I see you. Fly ass motherfucker doing Vegas. Fuck you in the kitchen. Eating all my cereal.
But then Diddy's former bodyguard, Uncle Gene, somewhat confirmed the story of Diddy as a young artist in an interview. He disclosed that many people in the industry were aware of Diddy's interest in young individuals, both girls and boys. However, they chose to turn a blind eye and let him do as he pleased.
All these industry people know that Diddy been acting like this and doing this and trying to engage other men into sexual acts with him. There was story that he was trying to get Chris Brown. There's stories about, you know, those young boys that he had, a group B5 or something like that, trying to get them. Yo, it's a lot of stories that goes around, and it's in.
And then on top of all this, Diddy's former associate Keith D recently made some more shocking allegations about Diddy. Keith moved in the same circles as Diddy for decades, and he recently made another shocking confession, claiming that Diddy has been attending secret gay parties with other DL men in Hollywood for years, and claims it was the Illuminati type of parties.
They even got pictures of him. He got on that blue sweater with the turtleneck, him and him hugged up like this with the black hat. Have you ever seen that picture?
Nah, I don't recall, but I'm pretty sure I came across it.
Yeah. That picture there, they was at that party that day. Yeah, it's just like a bunch of weird shit. That whole fucking, yeah, that shit weird, dude. Yeah, bunch of, it ain't right. You know what I'm saying? I'm not no gay basher or nothing. I mean, none of that shit, but that shit ain't right. You know what I'm saying? That whole party was weirdo out. And it was Jada Pinkett, but.
You saying that? You saying the whole party was weird? What did you see at the party that made it weird? I mean, I'm confused.
I guess it was Illuminati.
Apart from Diddy being a serial abuser, Cassie's lawsuit started a conversation to revisit some old cases that were closed, and one of them was the death of Kim Porter. It is believed that Diddy sacrificed Kim because she was about to write a book on his secrets, exposing the powerful people who he was in a DL relationship with in Hollywood. As y'all know, Kanye is one of the few people in the industry who isn't scared of speaking the truth. For the past few years, he has been speaking on the evil side of Hollywood, and he revealed that to make it in Hollywood, you have to sacrifice someone you love, and said clearly that his mom was sacrificed.
Mama was sacrificed.
Me too.
You understand?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Michael Jordan, what about him? His daddy, right? Bill Cosby, his son, right? Dr. Dre, his son. You're out in Hollywood, a lot of people come up missing. Feels like it might be a lot of that in order to control, traumatize. They want to, you know what I'm saying? And this truth is going to be heard. Y'all can't send none of y'all meat meals, y'all puffies, y'all little boozies, none of these names, none of these people that have to listen to y'all because they're dealing with, they have legal, I never killed nobody, right? I'm the pussy that never killed nobody, right? But that means I can say whatever I want and not go to jail.
One thing about Kanye is that he speaks his mind openly and without filter, even if we don't always agree with him. He's known for being unapologetically honest, and despite facing backlash for it, he doesn't seem to be slowing down anytime soon. A few hours after the news of Rodney Lil Rod Jones's lawsuit against Diddy hit the news, inside sources revealed felt it was time to end the whole Diddy abuse thing. As y'all know, Kanye has been in the industry for more than 2 decades and has worked with lots of artists. He sure has some inside news, and he has his own personal experience with Diddy, as he once claimed Diddy tried to make a movie on him, but this time Kanye isn't making it about himself, as he is spilling the tea on how Diddy abuses young artists. According to the source, Kanye alleges that Diddy makes young artists feel comfortable by treating them to trips on private jets and visits to the homes of other celebrities. This creates a sense of belonging in the music industry. After exposing them to the glamorous side of celebrity life, Diddy then advances with promises of success in music, including the possibility of winning a Grammy. He then makes the move of going DL, and many find it hard to resist his advances because lifestyle is what they've always dreamed of. The source revealed Kanye did more than just talking, as he spilled the tea on other young acts who have suffered abuse from Diddy, and mentioned Brisha Gray, Waco Cyrus, Orlando Brown as young acts who have suffered similar abuse from Diddy. What makes the situation more scary is that Diddy has been abusing young black artists for over 2 decades, and he always gets away with it. This isn't just because he's feared and known to be dangerous, but also because he has powerful connections in his inner circle. If anyone decides to report him to the police, the case often gets dropped, and the media tends to overlook it. Fans had this to say: the problem isn't that Diddy is DL, the issue is that Diddy is Harvey Weinstein's guy, but of course, black people only care about the former. I'm not surprised at none of this Diddy news. I used to watch a bunch of Professor Griff's vids on YT, and he got deep about dudes like Diddy and how they have been on the DL, even down to certain things Diddy would do with his Sean John line. It's just all coming to the light years later. And a lot of these rappers are DL. How do you think they made it to the top, and Diddy included, of you know the story?